One of our favorite guests, one of our only recurring guests, if you will, from Hawaii. And I've been thinking a lot about you over the last 24 hours. I've got an athlete comp for you. You're golf's Tom Brady. You're never satisfied. You're always pushing yourself, and you're always looking ahead at the next season, the next tournament, the next victory. What are your thoughts on the Tom Brady comp?
Well, that's one of the greatest compliments I've ever gotten because he's incredible. I mean, what Tom's doing out there, no matter which team he's playing for, is in the hunt for the Super Bowl, and that's incredible. I love watching him, and his work ethic is unbelievable.
Do you get motivated by other great athletes across sports, whether it's LeBron, whether it's Tom Brady? I mean, you have your own way of going about your business, but how much does seeing other great players in different disciplines give you energy and fuel as well?
Oh, it definitely helps, Damon. Definitely motivates me because it shows it's possible in their own realm. I mean, Tom Brady's not going to play at age 60, but what he's doing in his age is just unheard of. And yes, it definitely motivates me. And I think we're going to see, especially in golf, that you're going to have older players having more success. We saw Phil Mickelson win a major at age 50, and you're going to see some more of that. I think the guys are staying in better shape. Their techniques are getting better. They learn more about how to eat and how to take care of their bodies, and which will, give them more longevity.
How about your back specifically? You think about lower back pain, it's the bane of golfers everywhere, middle-aged folks across different ages. What have you done to protect your back through all the years?
Well, that's a great question. I was actually very unfortunate. I hurt my back when I had to do the military service in Germany. I was in the Air Force and basic training. I hurt it. I had 2 bulging discs, and that was at age 19. So I've been battling a bad lower back and neck, for over 45 years now, and been very blessed and fortunate through some exercises and careful how I lift things, it's almost a miracle that I can still play competitive golf. If you think of all the millions of golf balls I've hit on the range and around the world over those last 45 years, it's really unbelievable. And then, people come to me and ask for advice on back issues, and I show them a couple exercises. I tell them my story, and I give them lots of hope, because you don't always have to have surgery, and it doesn't always mean you're done. Actually, I believe golf is not that bad for the back if you have a proper technique. And my coach, Willie Hoffman, who actually passed away 2 days ago, and I'm very sad to have heard this story. He had a stroke. He coached me for 45 years, but he had the foresight. When I was in my 20s and early 30s, he said, Bernhard, I want you to play well in your 40s and 50s and 60s and so on. And to do that, we're going to reverse C finish and cover the ball more. And that was incredible from him to realize that and help me change my swing little bit by little bit over, a period of 5 to 10 years, still staying competitive every year. Because sometimes when you make drastic changes, you get lost and you lose it, you lose your confidence and your game is gone. But he did it just bit by bit, and I was in contention throughout all these years. And over a period of time, my swing got a lot better, and not just my swing, but my back is actually better because of it.
Your golf swing changing, golf in general is changing. We brought up some quotes from Colin Montgomery today on the program about distance, the idea of golf being one-dimensional for the young players. Just interested in your thoughts on what he had to say about golf and young players and what they're focused on as they're practicing.
I'm sorry. I thought we're going to listen to what he said, but I agree with him. The game of golf has changed dramatically. It's mostly about distance now. So when young guys grow up, they're taught to hit it far, I believe. And then once you hit it far, then you learn to control it somewhat and maybe give up a couple of yards. But everything is being fine-tuned, from the shaft to the head to the spin rate, the launch angle. They can measure how strong certain muscles are and where you're lacking and where you're good. And that's how it has been in many other sports. But when I go back to my youth, we didn't have any of that. We just, if we got a new driver, you had to take it out on the course, and compared to your old one, now you hit 3 shots on the launch monitor and you know if it's has any hope or not. So things have really improved a great deal, but the distance is so important nowadays. If you don't have it, you got to be so much better in the other areas of the game, which is, putting, chipping, bunker, thinking your way around all that. And it's still, even if you are, it's still difficult to compete on certain courses where length is just dominating.
Bernhard, I was struck by something you said earlier, freely giving advice about golfers and protecting their back. Earlier this week, I talked about a quote that Peter Korda said during the PNC when he was asked about kind of the secret sauce to the Korda family success. And he said, I'm not going to share what we talk about around our kitchen table. Where do you draw the line in terms of being free with your advice to maybe competitors, but not letting them know everything in terms of the secrets to your success?
Well, I'm willing to share everything and anything if somebody wants to know. I'm not going to force it upon them, but if somebody comes with a question to me, I'm happy to share what I've learned from some of the best coaches or from experiences that I've had where I made mistakes. And I sometimes the best way to learn is making mistakes. So I think that's the great thing in golf, that we do pass on these things to the next generation. And, we don't hold back. And I love that, especially out here on the Champions Tour. The camaraderie is just second to none.
We sit 77 days from the start of the Masters, from the start of Augusta National, showcasing one of the great events in our sport. What are your goals for Augusta this year?
Well, that course is getting awfully long for me. I'm hitting 2 hybrids into many par 4s where these guys hit 9 irons, and it's tough to compete against such odds. But I love the challenge. I love the golf course. I've had some success there and know my way around, but it becomes harder every year. There's no doubt about it as the young guys get longer and I get shorter. But, first of all, it would be amazing to make the cut, and to be in contention would be even more amazing. So my goals are to have fun most of all, enjoy just playing the beautiful golf course and embrace the atmosphere that is, again, wonderful there at Augusta every year. They do such a great job running that tournament, and it's so much fun attending the past champions dinner and other things they do, including the past 3 contests.
Well, Bernhard Langer has a lot of game. He also has a lot of knowledge. Let's flash back to a previous Quiz the Champ with Bernhard Langer.
It's time to quiz the champ, D.
Oh, love this. Time to quiz the champ. You were the first #1 player in the world. So how many weeks did you hold the top spot?
I think it was 3 weeks.
Ding!
All right, next question. Your second all-time on the European Tour wins list. How many wins on the European Tour do you own?
42.
I mean,
Jackie Robinson.
hey, listen, you can mix it up.
Same number as PGA Tour champions with.
43.
No,
He's
he
been in a
knows.
lot of playoffs. All right, so this one we'll see. This is maybe the most curveball we've got. This is basically your tuna salad sandwich, like you answered off the top. Who was the first player to finish runner-up to you on the European Tour? The first player you beat on the European Tour. Get it.
Could it be Brian Barnes?
Oh, yes! 5-shot win, Dunlop Masters. I mean, that's amazing. He's pretty good. We might want to change this segment to Quiz the Langer. We have a couple more questions for you, pal. So you were the original world #1 when the official World Golf Ranking debuted. What year was that?
That would have been 1986.
I mean, that auto win there. We knew that was going to happen. All right, in 2014, you won the Senior Open in wire-to-wire fashion, equaled the second biggest winning margin in major championship history. What was your winning margin?
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
13?
Oh, he did that just for drama.
He's like watching the guy in Jeopardy that always does the, oh, I know the answer.
All right, one more. Now, this is near and dear to my heart. I covered the Olympics in 2018. Which German biathlete and 2-time Olympic champion announced her retirement in 2019 at the age of 25?
No idea.
We got him.
We got him.
We got him.
It's a non-golf question.
We got him.
I don't think it's fair.
We
Who
had to
was
go
it?
outside. Laura Dahlmeier from Germany. That's okay. That's what we had to do.
That's how we get him off his game.
Only way.
Yeah.
I've heard of her, but I didn't ring a bell right there.
That's a little unfair.
Yeah, next time we'll ask him all baseball questions, see how he does. Is that fair?
Exactly.
Okay,
Bernhard, we always appreciate the time, my man. Thanks so much for joining us. Can't wait to chat with you soon.
Thanks, Dave and Shane. Take care and keep up the good work.